Hi, welcome to the Business Spotlight series. My name is Karen Barnes, and I'm an accountability coach at Serendipity Action Coach of Central North Carolina. Today, I have Sharon Griffin with me as my guest. She is the owner of SBC Solutions, which is a tax prep and planning business. Today, we're going to be talking about her business, her journey into business ownerships, and the challenges that she's faced and overcome, some of the best practices that she's employing to grow, and just get a little peek into what it's really like in February of running a very busy tax prep and planning business. So welcome, Sharon, to the YouTube channel today.
Thank you very much for having me.
My pleasure. And if you are watching and this is your first time on the channel, hit all the buttons, like, follow, share, and make sure you get all the great new guests that we drop here several times a week. All right, Sharon, let's dive in. You ready?
I'm ready.
All right. Tell us about SBC Solutions, about what you do and who your customers are.
All right. So what we do at SBC Solutions LLC is that we prepare and do tax planning for pretty much everyone, but our specialty is with small-based business owners who actually file a Schedule C.
Okay, so you're looking for other small business owners who just don't get the whole tax planning thing, right?
Right.
And taxes just, when you're a small business, that can be very complicated. So you're helping them find like all those great deductions and ways to maximize their ROI and save more of their money, I would imagine.
Exactly. We don't believe in leaving money on the table, is what we say.
Nice, nice. So tell us one thing you wish more people understood about your business and tax prep and planning.
Okay, so one of the things would be just understanding that we are here to help you, let's say, put everything in perspective based upon your business or your personal life when you're doing planning, because taxes is both personal and business. And when you can combine them both, of course, that's wonderful, but just doing one at a time is even better. Preferably starting with personal, leading into the business perspective of it.
So are you seeing a lot of small business owners who don't understand that relationship between personal taxes and business taxes?
Yes, it is a lot of misunderstanding with that, especially when they don't understand the difference between an S corp and just filing a Schedule C. They think sometimes that it's all in one, but it's really not. So we like to educate on that first and then move them into the process of starting the Schedule C and understanding that perspective of owning a business, even being small.
Actually, we get asked that a lot. Like, what's the formation? What's the legal entity that I should form my business in? So it actually sounds like, maybe before people form their business, that you could help them understand what those differences are and what the implications are for taxes.
Yes, that's really what the acronyms of SBC is, a small business creator. Creation is what we do. And I'm the small business creator because I believe in creating businesses.
Oh, I love that. I had no idea. That's fantastic. That's
Yes.
fantastic. So speaking of sort of your name and so forth, that sort of leads me into marketing. So you're trying to attract more small businesses and some individuals. So what's the number one marketing strategy that you've employed to bring you the most business and customers?
To be honest with you, marketing is not my thing. So um word of mouth has been really my best marketing for the past 26 years altogether. One of the things that before my mom passed, she was my marketer. So whatever she did to gain my business, that's what she did. I never learned it. So what I do is word of mouth, my performance. I'm down to earth. I'm upfront with you. I'll tell you yes or no, this is where it should be, this way it's not supposed to be. And every time I get a new client, they be like, oh, such and such told me you're blunt about everything. You just tell us like it is. You don't play any games. So word of mouth. I do have the website. I do have Facebook, but me, word of mouth. That's pretty much it.
Gotcha. So you said you've been in business 20, what'd you say, 28 years? Is that right?
26 years.
26 years. Wow. Well,
Mhm.
congratulations, first of all, on
Thank
that.
you.
That's impressive. So when you think back on your journey, right? I'm sure you've encountered so many challenges and had to overcome so many just hard things. Like, what were some of those roadblocks that you learned the most from?
I would say not knowing my business, allowing and allocating it, delegating to someone else, which at the time everybody would hear me talking about my mom because she was that person. Everything needed to be done outside of tax preparation or tax planning. She did it for me. So not being able to run my business on the back end side, even though I may hire someone to do it for me. I believe in now having to understand and learn it myself. Oh, we're talking about a problem for me. It has been, I would not lie about it. It has been a struggle because to me, it set me back because I had
Mm,
to go back and relearn what, well, learn what I did not know, but I knew it should be done, if that
hmm.
makes sense. And so that would be the only struggle I would say my obstacles that I've had doing it.
You're like so many small business owners who are really good at what they do, but they've
Mhm.
never had to do it and run a business at the same time,
Right,
right?
right.
It's very, very common. So one of the things that I really admire about you, Sharon, is you seem to be like focused on continuous learning. Like, let's just get in there, let's keep learning, let's keep figuring it out, right? I'm gonna see where my gaps are. So like, how do you go about setting goals for yourself?
Oh, I'm a true goal setter. I set goals by the month. I do not set goals by the year. I tried it, didn't work. Put off. I don't believe now. I've learned that that saying you shouldn't put off today. What you shouldn't put off today, what you can do. What you shouldn't put off tomorrow, what you can do today. Right? I used to do that. So now
Yeah.
my thing is I have monthly goals. I have quarterly goals. I don't do a year. I do everything by the month and then I do everything by the quarter. So each year I take it by the quarter and I just set it out to what I want to accomplish and then I downscale it to the point to where it's on a monthly perspective and sometimes it's on a weekly. I take what I want to do in a month and I make it a weekly schedule of what I want to do and I meet those goals and every Sunday I go back and I see, okay, did I reach this goal this week or what I need to start the next week off with.
That's impressive. That's some really good goal setting discipline. And so you're measuring literally every
Mhm.
week.
Yes,
That is fantastic.
yes.
So you've been a leader. I know you've got some employees, you've got some contractors that you work with. So how would you describe your leadership style in business? And has it changed over the years? You've been in business a long time.
You know, I never looked at it that way. To be honest, I never looked at the leadership role. I just do what I do. It's a passion what I do. I really don't change my concept of how I do things. I know I have to go with the, with the time, but I also know that if the law doesn't change, then some things you don't change. You just go with what it is, the trend at the moment. But to me, look at myself as a leader, I never really thought about it.
Is
Honestly.
is that something that you're just gonna sit here and go, I'm gonna have to think about that?
Yeah, that now, out of all your questions, that's probably the hardest question to answer. Because
Well, you are a leader. You're a leader of a team.
well, I am, but I believe that, I mean, I understand the leadership role, but I believe that we all can we all can add to something that we're weak, what another person is weak at. So in my book, you may have something more than where I'm weak at, and we all come together. All of us is one big leader, into one body. That's the way I look at it.
Highly collaborative. That's awesome. That's awesome. Well, let's transition into some rapid fire questions. So I'm just going to ask you some quick questions and you're going to give me some quick answers. You ready to go, Sharon? It's like a
Let's
game
hit it.
show.
Let's hit it.
All right, here we go. What is the key to success for you?
Setting goals.
What is your one piece of advice for other business owners?
Know your business.
If you had to recommend one book or podcast or place to learn something that either you've read before or recently, what would you share with our audience today?
12 weeks in a year.
Ooh, that's a new one on me. I'm gonna have to check that one out. And I think that has to do with your quarterly goals. If I had to guess.
Yes.
All right, and this is my favorite question. If you had magic pixie dust and it fixes anything in your business and you could sprinkle it anywhere, where would you sprinkle it in your business?
The educational part about taxes and financing.
For your customers.
For my customers, yes.
Aha. And what is most inspiring to you today?
The most inspiring, still going back to my mom and her bringing me up in a financial business home setting.
Let's explore that. Let's explore that a minute because you've mentioned your mom a couple times. So was your mom in this business and she taught you how to do it? Like what was the connection there?
No, my mom literally was in the banking field. She worked at the bank in the county I'm from, for Stokes County, as well as she was into believing that we helping the youth understand financing altogether. It didn't matter. That was one of the things that she did, as well as my dad, with everything and bringing us up that way. So she didn't even do taxes. We didn't even know anything about taxes. And so I was a stay-at-home mom, and make a long story short, she said, well, why don't you help your husband bring money in too and still be a stay-at-home mom? So I learned taxes. So I learned taxes on my own. And then she says, well, do the family. So I did the family. And so here I am today, still 26 years later, I am still doing taxes.
Sharon, I love that story. Thank you for sharing that. Like that's awesome. It's so important for people to learn how money works, right? And growing up in families, there's lots of, issues and emotions a lot of times around money. So it's just important to have a very healthy relationship and understand how it flows and how to get it and how to keep it and how to use it in the best ways, right?
Right.
That is awesome. Well, tell us where we can find you on social media. So people can come visit SBC Solutions, Small Business Creators Solutions.
Okay, so I do have a Facebook. Is literally, I don't know my handle, but it's Sharon Griffin. It's just a personal, and then it links to learn the rules, play the game, gain the wealth. I think that's my handle. I think I'm supposed to say. I am on LinkedIn by my name, Sharon Griffin. I am on TikTok. I don't do much of TikTok. To me, that's a lot of work, so I don't do TikTok. And but I am the other one, IG, Instagram, is actually Set Up for Success Biz 101. That's Instagram.
Nice.
That's it.
And your website is
SBC Solutions LLC.net.
Awesome.
Yes.
Sharon, you have been amazing today. I knew you would be. Thank you so much for sharing your stories and dropping some wisdom bombs on us today. And for those of you watching, take some of these pearls of wisdom learned after 26 years of business. Make sure you understand how your business is running, how you need to effectively be leveraging money in your business and in your personal life. And if you're having trouble with that, call Sharon or call Action Coach because we can help you with that too. All right, thank you so much.